You're going to calculate your startup cost. How much money will it take to start your small business? Calculate the startup cost for your small business so you can request funding, attract investors, and estimate when you'll turn a profit. Calculate your business startup cost before you launch. The key to a successful business is preparation. Before your business opens its doors, you'll have bills to pay. Understanding your expenses will help you launch successfully. Calculating startup costs helps you estimate profits, conduct a break-even analysis, secure loans, attract investors, and save money with tax deductions. So, identify your startup expenses. Most businesses fall into one of the three categories: brick and mortar, which is an actual location, an online business, or a service provider. You'll face different startup expenses depending on your business type. So there are common startup costs you're likely to have no matter what. Look through the following list. Make sure to add any other expenses that are unique to your actual business, but you want to make sure that you most likely have these added in to your startup costs: office space, equipment and supplies, communications, utilities, license and permits, insurance, lawyer fees and accountant fees, inventory, employee salaries, advertising and marketing, market research, printed marketing materials, or making a website. And again, specific to your industry, you may add additional startup costs. So you're going to estimate how much your expenses will cost. Once you have your list of expenses, you can estimate how much you'll actually spend. This process will be different for each expense you have. Some expenses will have well-defined costs. Permits and licenses tend to have clear published costs, so they are always the same. You might have to estimate other costs that are less certain, like employee salaries, but you can look online and talk to different mentors and vendors and kind of see what their company is paying for that specific expense. So you're going to add up your expenses for a full financial picture. Once you've identified your business expenses and how much they'll cost, you should organize your expenses into one-time expenses and monthly expenses. One-time expenses are the initial costs needed to start the business. Buying major equipment, hiring a local designer, and paying for permits, license, and fees are generally considered to be the one-time expenses. You can simply deduct one-time expenses for tax purposes, which can save you money on the amount of taxes that you owe at the end of the year. Make sure to track your expenses and you talk to your accountant when it's time to file your taxes. Now, monthly expenses typically include things like salary, rent, and utility bills. You'll want to count at least 1 year of monthly expenses, but counting 5 years is ideal. So you want to make sure that you have enough capital and you're requesting enough funding for at least 5 years of expenses, okay? Add up your one-time and your monthly expenses to get a good picture of how much capital you'll need and when exactly you'll need it. You're going to use your startup cost calculations to get startup funding. It's a good idea to create a formal report of your expected startup costs, just like we talked about earlier in this video. You'll outline each cost and you'll do your research to see exactly what you would be looking at for those expenses for 5 years, okay? You want it in a format that's clear and easy to understand. Investors and lenders compare expected costs to projected revenue and determine the potential for your business to profit. So definitely have a clear outline of what your startup costs will be. Alright, so I hope this video was helpful for you guys. Definitely view other videos that I have, kind of give you the breakdown of your financial statements, funding, grants, different things of that nature. So definitely don't forget to hit the subscribe button and share this video to anybody that you feel might benefit from it. Alright guys, until our next video, I will talk to you guys soon. Blessings.